Hi there, my name is Ado. I'm the operations director here at Riverside, and this is Dave. You can't see him, of course, he's just filming me. Hey Dave, do you want to hear a roof joke?
Go on then.
It's on the house. Yeah, you got that right. He's not slow. Anyway, I have a question for you all. When last did you review your giving? I know for many of you that you can be like, oh, here we go again, another announcement about giving. I would love to try and inspire you today as I get inspired myself. You would have noticed when you came here today that you would have received a little book like this about giving reviewing or reviewing your giving. And when I was putting this together, I was trying to think to myself, what is it that will inspire us to actually give? Because we've been living in odd times. And I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about the story of the lady in the Bible who gave her last penny. And obviously Jesus was there and says, this woman gave more than other people. And that's how generally we know the story. We know the story of the woman. It's not about how much you give, it's about your heart, and the woman gave generously. But I was thinking about that story, and I was thinking, but why? Why did she give everything she had? Is it wise? I mean, let's think about it. Was it wise? She could have gone, bought something with that last pound, resold it and make £2 so that she could give the last, is it pounds, pennies, whatever. She could have taken one of them, given it to the church, and kept the other for herself. That would have been a bit wiser, wouldn't it? But when I was thinking about it, especially thinking of what's also happening right now in the world in terms of like Ukraine, and I was thinking of fathers letting go of their wives and children to go and take refuge somewhere, or brothers and 18-year-olds saying, you know what, I'm going to stay here and fight for Ukraine. It's similar. It's like the idea of, I want to be part of what's happening right here. I want to be part of what's happening within this church. I want to be part of what's happening within this family. And for her, in a sense, she was, I want to be part, if this church is giving to orphans, I want to be part of that. If this church is giving to refugees, I want to be part of that. Isn't that inspiring? I don't think in her head she was thinking, wow, this is like a bank transaction. If I give, God will double bless me. I don't think that's how she was thinking about it. This made me remember something. In Africa, this is what we've always heard, give and the God will give you double measure. We got this song, Dev, listen to this song. It goes something like this. Give, it'll come back to you. Good measure, press down, shake it together, then roll it over.
Yes.
Just take that out. That was for your sake, Dave. But it's this idea of like, do we give to expect blessing? Do we give to make ourselves known in the church, or do we give to be part of what God is doing? And for me, that was very inspiring, and I'd really love that for you to be inspired today, because when you give with Riverside, you're taking part in what Riverside Money is doing, which is saving tons of lives from debt. When you give, you're part of what Riverside Performing Arts is doing, going to schools and doing workshops, going to London and performing and sharing the gospel. When you give, you're part of what Stay and Play is doing, which is taking care of families for free and offering them free food. When you give, you're part of what Sally Adam is doing, running a cafe for retired people and just having conversations and chats with them to bless them. That's what you do when you give with Riverside. And I just want to show you a quick video of what else you do when you give with Riverside.
We say hello to our dear friends from Riverside. Here we are with our friend Pastor Nello Dog, and as you can see, it's some of the refugees, our dear brothers and sisters who have come all the way from Ukraine, and we would ask you to continue to think of them. By the way, for those who don't know us, I'm Steve, and this is Michaela, my wife. We're missionaries here in Russia. So please pray in continuation. And thank you so much for your generous donation, which will be used to help in whatever way is possible.
Thank you. God bless you. Yes. Твоя, надо мной велика.
from our heart to your heart,
Они закрывают от своего сердца вам.
because when we are believers, all is from the heart of God.
Потому что они верят в Божью силу.
And God is saying to you, to us, to the world,
Они надеются, что будет лучше.
not to be afraid.
Они в безопасности. Вы находитесь в безопасности.
That's what you do is when you give with Riverside. As Riverside, when you give us, that money is for so much of what God is doing around the world within Riverside, but as well as what's happening in Ukraine. That's how we bless others, and you can become part of that blessing. Anyway, I'm sure I've inspired some of you, and some of you are ready to give. And so what I would like to do, because I know we get busy, the church goes on and we forget and we get busy with our work stuff, I've created a very simple way for you to be reminded by us. Right now, a little thing will come up on the screen. Please find the number that you'd like. Just SMS that number to the number on the screen. Either it's 1 or it's 1,3 or it's 1,4 to reveal what part of things you'd like us to remind you of, and we'll send you a reminder in the coming week. And as well as after this service, there will be a table set aside if you'd like to come for us to help you set up your giving, or if you have any questions, or if you want to talk about anything, and we'll be happy to assist with you. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you're inspired today to give. Do review your giving. If God has blessed you more, maybe it's time for you to bless others. And if also the other way things have been tough, you can reconsider cutting down as well. It's all part of what God is doing. Have a blessed Sunday.